I am at the moment working with Acuity Knowledge Partners. It's a financial research and analytics firm. When I came into Graphic Era, I think the atmosphere, the environment, facilities. My name is Goyal. I am an alumni of batch 2005 MCA, also 2002 BCA. It has been a long association with the Graphic Era family. In fact, I also did a computer course from erstwhile Graphic Era Computer Institute in 1999, post which I basically took admission into BCA. And then, yeah, the relationship has been ongoing. I come very often to the university and try and contribute as best that we can to both the student development as well as other aspects of the university. I am at the moment working with Acuity Knowledge Partners. It's a financial research and analytics firm based in Bangalore and currently heading their engineering globally. Been with them for about 8 years of the total 17 years of my professional journey. I got placed into my professional life from Graphic Era itself in 2005. And since then it has been a memorable journey overall. So yeah, it's good to be back in Graphic Era again.
So how was your experience at Graphic Era?
Yeah, so that's actually a wonderful question, and I think something that I really look forward to. Graphic Era, as I mentioned, right, I have been part of Graphic Era for almost 7 years, including all my academics, and that experience has been really wonderful. So one thing that I generally feel proud about is that while I was in school, I was an average student. Even some of my teachers may even feel that I was below average. But when I came into Graphic Era, I think the atmosphere, the environment, facilities, and the mentorship that I was accorded by Kamal sir and all the other faculty members, I think that basically transformed me in my academics and then eventually in my professional life as well. So my experience has been wonderful, because I think that the Graphic Era's motto of being transformative has really worked for me. I can safely say that all that I am today, a very large part of that, or a large contribution, has been from Graphic Era.
So you've been associated with recruitment as well. So how are graphians doing in the field?
Yeah, I think over the years I have had the pleasure of being able to hire a lot of graphians into my organizations. My experience has been truly great. I think I'm very proud to say that when I compare the students that we intake from Graphic Era versus from other universities and colleges, we find a very big difference, and a positive one for the students that we take from Graphic Era. One thing that makes them stand out in my own experience is that they're inquisitive, they are not afraid of taking challenges, and they come prepared with that bent of mind that there is going to be hard work, there is going to be toil, and that they will not get undetermined by that. So that makes a very big difference in the life of a fresher, because once you are in and you basically start working or getting assignments and you run into challenges, that happens with everyone. But if you get afraid and you start to look for options of not doing hard work and not taking those challenges head on, your corporate life starts to diminish. You start to enter a realm of stagnancy. And I think in my experience of the last 5-6 years that we have been working with Graphic Era students, I think we have never seen that happening. So our students are really built for the corporate, I would say, and they have proven that they can do wonders.
We all have certain memories associated with Graphic Era. So do you have any fond memory which you can remember right now?
I have gigabytes and terabytes of memories, really, and all of these memories are pleasurables and very happy memories. But there are some sad memories too, and I think one of the memories that probably I would like to quote today, and that I believe that had the most impact, that particular incident had the most impact on, transforming me as a person, as an individual, as a professional, is the one when Graphicera was Graphicera Institute of Technology, and we used to function out of Capri Trade Center in Dehradun, right? That was a very busy kind of an area, a shopping complex, and top couple of floors, were taken by Graphicera for our classes. So there was this open roof on that center, and it was a winter, day. So Kamal sir used to, as always, I think he used to take our classes on C, programming and other, subjects. And he used to give us assignments. So my first assignment was to be checked by sir, and sir was sitting on the roof, his favorite spot in the sun, and while everybody else was quite afraid and not very confident to take to be the first one to take the assignment to sir, I, coming from a background where I read computers, I studied computers in my school, I thought it will be I would have done it better than anybody else. So I very confidently I took my assignment and took it to sir. I handed it to sir, standing there smiling at my classmates, suggesting that see that I was able to get the gather the courage and bring my assignment to sir first, only to find that sir found a lot of discrepancies in the assignment, and he basically tore it off, threw it down to Capri on the basement floor, and asked me to go and collect it and bring it back. That incident basically challenged my perception that I was better than others, because I had studied a particular subject earlier, and essentially impacted my so-called overconfidence, shattered it to bits, and then basically made me realize that there are stages where you might be good at, but there are more things that you might not be very good at, and life is always about trying to find those stages where you're not good at, or those attributes where you're not good at, and then working to improve on those. And I think that one incident, which was embarrassing, no doubt, but I'm not afraid to quote it, and I usually speak about it in forums, changed me forever, and I'm actually eternally indebted to Kamal sir for being that kind of a teacher who would not take imperfection for granted, who would not shy away from quoting your imperfections and directing you on a path of success. And I'm grateful that that incident happened with me, because I'm a changed man forever, right, because of it. So that, I think, is my most memorable memory of all the years that I've spent here at Graphicera. I will probably never forget it, and I think as long as I'm coming back and talking to all of you, I probably will keep reminding other students also that you will end up into situations which are embarrassing, a lot, but you must be having a positive outlook towards these incidents, because embarrassments often lead to findings, new revelations about yourself, about others, and you should not shy away from doing that. Yeah.
Any message for our budding professionals?
Be hungry, right? As Steve Jobs famously said, be stupid and be hungry. I think that's true for all, and I think we should always do that. We should always try to do that. There is never a question which is wrong. There is never a question which is stupid. So be confident to ask questions, because if you're not asking questions, you're not going to find answers. And we're not able to find answers, you probably are going to be working with presumptions, assumptions, and bad knowledge, which will eventually harm you in the long run. So don't ever be afraid to ask, don't ever be afraid to learn, and don't be ever afraid to face challenges. As long as you are doing those three things, I think you will do good.